everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Manye and today I'm going to be recording a 13 ways to stay motivated during Zoom University, because I know a good amount of people are actually at school, but a good amount aren't. I've been finding ways to stay motivated even though I still do a good amount of homework from my bed, but that's beside the point. This is like when you're feeling burnt out, just tired, just not motivated. That's what this video is for. Let's get started to it. If I keep looking down, it's because I'm on my computer and that's where my list is that I made for this video. So the first way to stay motivated, I would say, is switching up your routine. I think routines are good for the most part. Instead of getting up at whatever time, 11, let's say you get up at 11, instead of getting up then, try getting up a little earlier and, I don't know, going for a walk, or try doing your homework assignments outside. Sometimes I like to put a blanket out and then put all my stuff in a backpack like I'm going somewhere like far, and then just sitting in my like front yard or my backyard and just making a little like picnic but doing homework. I think it's refreshing, and now that it's like fall and like good weather during the day, it's a good time to really like enjoy that. So, but if you don't like to sit in the grass, or if it just rained and like you don't want to get damp, I suggest going to a local cafe. And I know a lot of cafes have like outdoor seating, so if they do, because of the, not my mom opening the door while I'm filming, because of Rona, it's, you know, more ideal to sit outside. It's just really refreshing. So I think really just going up, switching things that you usually do, like I'll get into a little bit more further into the video, but that really helps. All right, tip number 2. I would also suggest trying something new, drink and food wise. And I know this sounds really like, who cares? But if you're in your Zoom class and you're just like not into it, but you have like a new beverage you're excited to try, it makes you feel like those Pinterest pictures. I'll like insert a little picture. Those pictures of the girls with their like computers and their little coffee drinks. Trying new drinks and things like that has helped me a lot. I've tried matcha. I got from World Market this matcha latte. It's like a powder and you put like a tablespoon into, you know, your milk. I use the almond milk or oatmeal. I kind of mix them both. And then if you want, you can add like a little foam at the top. Like I've also tried iced coffees. I've been working on iced coffee recipes for literally the entire summer, and I finally, literally 3 days ago, found the best recipe. It doesn't require cold brew. For me, I like espresso. So you just kind of have to find what works for you, but you won't know that until you start testing it out. Sweet cream cold foam is kind of fun to try, or warm drinks. Warm lattes are fun. The same kind of feeling, you know? Also, along with drinks, there's like food and recipes, and I don't know if you guys like to cook, but cooking is something that it gives you energy and like excitement. You feel like, oh, I have like something good to eat. Trying new recipes is something that's also really motivating, because it kind of like the first point, it switches up your typical routine, and trying those new things makes it a lot better. Tip number 3, create a new playlist or dive into some new music for studying or just for like feel good moments, because music really gets me, and I know a lot of other people, through something. But if you find music that motivates you to like study or to do your homework, that always like makes the situation better. The feeling of hearing a good new song for the first time is quite literally the best feeling in the world. Tip number 4. Tip number 4 is more about not doing schoolwork. Go somewhere new. So it doesn't have to be like super dramatic or anything like that. It can be like somewhere in your town that you've never been before, or like taking a back road somewhere. I live in Maryland and there are a lot of back roads. When you just take spontaneous turns, you end up finding things that you like never knew you needed. So going to see new places that you haven't been before, exploring those places, natural or like urban, I guess, whatever, it really energizes you. Tip number 5, cleaning your space regularly. I know being at home for school is very, very tough. I feel so much better and so much more productive if I clean my space. Like today, I literally cleaned my entire room. I organized some books, I did some room rearranging, kind of changed up the vibe in the room, because if you're going to be doing your homework in your room, you kind of want to make the space not feel like ugh. It should feel inviting, and that should be like your happy space. So yeah, I suggest cleaning your room, bathroom. I don't know if you guys like cleaning anywhere else in the house, but I just really like to focus on my room and make sure that every morning I every morning I make up my bed. Today I flipped it over. I flipped my comforter over so it's like not the same print, which kind of changed up the vibe in the room. And I moved my record player to like a different spot, and then after my whole room was clean, turned on a candle. So it really is, it seems like small, but really cleaning and organizing your space and keeping it up just makes you feel so much more put together. Tip number 6. This tip is what helps me sometimes is watching YouTube videos. I like to watch specifically the Korean YouTubers, because they're very organized, and like the way they edit and film is very like clean, and it really just makes you feel very motivated. And I can like try to give you some of the Korean YouTubers I really like to watch. The thing is with this tip for motivation is it can be good or bad. So watching too many YouTube videos, that's when it's like, don't get stuck in it. Just watch a few. My sister and I do the same thing. We watch a few, we feel really motivated, and then instead of like continuing to watch, we get up and we try to use the motivation and somehow make our lives a little better. It's kind of a random tip, but it's very useful as long as it's used properly and well. Number 7, I kind of mentioned this before, but going on Pinterest, and I have a section on my Pinterest that is a school folder, or whatever they're called, group. If you're on Pinterest, you know what I mean. And it's pictures of school and how to organize better, and like handwriting, how to take better notes. And that really motivates me a lot, because once you see it, you want to start like applying it and making your own life a little bit better in that sense with schoolwork. So number 8 is mental health checks with your friend. Because it's all online, you know, if you're at home and your friends are at home and it's just like everyone's all over the country, because that's college, you go and meet all these cool people and then they live states away. What my friends and I did, it was one of my friend's birthday, and we did a little Zoom call and we all watched a movie together, and then we all talked about our classes, and we have little group chats to talk about how things are going, and we'll like send videos and stuff. So that's something that really helps, and having people that are aware of what's going on and like kind of going through the same thing really helps. That's a really big one. And if you don't really like have a ton of friends, like it's not like a huge group chat. Like my group chat is literally with 3 people, and we just keep each other updated, and it's real, you know. So do it with people you're really comfortable with, and you know, that you really are genuinely close with and like care about. And just check up on each other. We send a few snaps every now and then, just to make sure everyone's doing okay, because it can be a little mentally draining. So another tip to stay motivated is not only, you know, checking in with friends and getting yourself organized and, you know, all of that. But you're at home, so try to utilize that time and spend time with your family and just do stuff with them. And really, I don't know, just if you were going to college, you wouldn't be around your family and you wouldn't have that time. So going places with your family, or like doing small things, or watching a movie, or, you know, baking or something, it's just something that is kind of like wholesome, you know, and it just kind of keeps you motivated. It's a switch from the usual routine, which I feel like all of these points kind of blend together, but that's just because they work well together and they all go into how to stay motivated. When you're not talking to your friends, or you're not by yourself, check on them too. So I don't know if I mentioned, but that was point number 9. So now we're moving on to 10. So my next point is to journal. And I don't know if you guys are into the Bible and Christian things, but I also suggest doing a Bible study. When I journal, I literally just be pouring it all out there. It's better to have it on paper and out than in your head. And I noticed every time I journal, I always feel better after. I do a little Bible plan, or at least that's what I'm trying to do this month. I use the Little Faith blog. I can link it in the description or put it somewhere. And they have a Bible plan for the month, but I also know a lot of different places have the like monthly Bible studies. So can do that. And it, of course, sometimes life gets busy. It doesn't have to be every day, but taking the time to like get your brain together and remembering that there's more to life than where you might be at the time, whether it's good or bad, you know. It doesn't have to be a bad situation you want to get out of. Even with good moments, you know, they come and go. So it's important to remember that. And I think Bible studies really help remember the greater purpose. If you guys aren't into Bible studies, there are a lot of meditation apps. There are, if you're into like zodiac, I don't know like a lot about that, but I know there's like a lot of things you can get into, but what works best for me is the good old Bible study. Okay, tip number 11. Tip number 11 is to, and I know it sounds like this doesn't have to do with Zoom University tips, but it really does, and it's to take breaks. I know homework can really pile up and it's so overwhelming, but take like creative breaks. That's specifically what this point is, taking creative breaks. And I say creative breaks because school does not give you a lot of room to be fully creative and do a lot of things that you want to do and express yourself in ways you want to express yourself. So find ways to just show yourself. It can be painting, drawing, coloring, making jewelry, making Instagrams, doing something fun, taking pictures, going out, and finding ways, like just finding little ways to be creative, sewing, you know, all of the above. Making sure you're using both parts of the brain is very important. You can't just have analytical side of the brain working all the time. You need to mix it. So even if it's not super strong, it's really important. So 12 is to avoid comparison, specifically on social media. Social media can be a hot mess and it can be perfect at the same time. I have a lot of friends that are in school and they're like, it seems all perfect, and like they're studying with their friends and doing this and that, almost like Corona isn't even happening, and like we're not in a pandemic. And I will literally sit here and be like, I'm literally doing nothing with my time and with my life. But that's not true, because chances are they're probably not as motivated themselves either. It just seems like it because that's what they're posting. It's always one side of the story. Remember that just because you are where you are and doing university online, whether you like it or you don't like it, it's for a reason, and it doesn't have to be negative. Limiting how much you view other people's stories and their posts and really focusing on you and like enjoying the little things in your life makes it that much better. The last tip, which is tip number 13, That's not 13. Oh my gosh. Keep your body moving. You know, you have to sit at your desk. That's just how it works. Or sit in your bed. I do that too sometimes. No matter how motivated I want to be, I will still do homework in my bed over my desk because that's just comfortable. But get up and get moving. I need to apply this to my own life because every week I say I'm gonna work out like so much, I'm gonna do this, and I never do. Exercising doesn't have to be a whole hour-long Chloe Ting video or like a really gruesome, hardcore workout. It can be honestly even like a 15-minute, like a few abs on the floor, a few squats, go jump roping outside, or if you have space in your room. I don't, but jump rope. A walk is always, I mentioned it before, again, walks really are like the most simple form of exercise, and then you also get to see the world around you and get fresh air all at the same time. Or if you like running, go run. Find ways to exercise and get your body moving in ways that you like. Like dancing is always fun, even if you don't realize it. Like just turning on music and literally just dancing for like 15-30 minutes is a workout on its own. But everyone, this is gonna be the end of the video. I went over all 13 tips that I had, and if you guys have any more, just put them in the comments because I'm sure I missed so many. And let's just all put what motivates us in the comments, and then maybe someone will find something else that works for them. I really hope you guys liked it. I was really excited to put this video out because I finally feel like I found ways to like better Zoom University. So hopefully that works for you guys, and I will see you in the next video. And I need like a cool outro line. Yeah, I don't have one. Bye. Trying hard, but you wanna be my friend. Ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. Here we go again. Call my bluff, I'ma be here till the end. I'm the one you ride to. If you